Have you ever felt that crushing weight of helplessness when a doctor delivers those three devastating words that change everything? It's cancer again. The shock that ripples through your body, the fear that grips your heart, and that voice in your head whispering, "What if we could have prevented this?" I know that feeling all too well. I've seen it in the eyes of countless families sitting across from me in my office, desperately searching for answers, for hope, for anything that could have stopped this nightmare before it began. What if I told you that something as simple as a nightly drink could dramatically reduce that risk? Something that costs pennies, takes just minutes to prepare, and could be the shield your cells need against the relentless assault of cancer. Today I'm going to share the exact recipe and scientific explanation behind what I call the Cancer Shield drink that has helped hundreds of my senior patients strengthen their cellular defenses against cancer. These aren't just claims. There's solid research backing every ingredient in this powerful yet gentle concoction. And the best part? You probably already have most of these ingredients in your kitchen right now. So please stay with me until the end, because this information could quite literally save your life or the life of someone you love. This isn't just another health tip. It's a potential game changer in your cancer prevention arsenal. Hey there, it's Dr. Anderson here with you today. Before we dive deeper into this potentially life-changing information, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments below so I can get to know our community better. And if you have any questions as we go through this video, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. I try to respond to as many as I can personally. Also, if you're new here and want more science-backed strategies specifically designed for seniors' health and cancer prevention, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our weekly videos where I share insights that most doctors simply don't have time to explain during your typical 15-minute appointment. The recipe I'm about to share with you has roots in both traditional wisdom and cutting-edge science. It's a simple nighttime ritual that takes just 5 minutes to prepare, but could mean the difference between your cells succumbing to cancer or fighting it off effectively. I first discovered the power of this combination when working with Mrs. Eleanor, an 83-year-old patient who had already battled breast cancer twice. Her oncologist warned that her cellular damage was extensive and her immune system severely compromised. When she came to me, the fear in her eyes was heartbreaking. She didn't think she could survive another round if the cancer returned. Together, we implemented this nightly ritual along with other supportive measures. That was 7 years ago, and today, at 90, Eleanor's cellular health markers are better than many people 20 years younger. Her oncologist was shocked at her last checkup. The cellular damage that was once extensive had dramatically reversed. While I can't promise the same results for everyone, I've now seen similar patterns in hundreds of senior patients who follow this protocol consistently. Let me pause for a moment here because I want to ask you something important. What's been your biggest fear or concern when it comes to cancer risk as you've gotten older? What keeps you up at night worrying? You know, many people feel completely alone in these fears, like no one else could possibly understand the depth of anxiety that comes with every new ache, pain, or unexplained symptom after a certain age. I've sat with thousands of seniors over my career, and I can tell you that these worries are not only common, they're completely natural. This is a safe space where you can share what you're really feeling without judgment or quick dismissals. If you're comfortable sharing, just copy, "My biggest cancer concern is new," and complete it with your experience. Even a few words can help other people in our community feel less isolated in their journey. Your comment might be exactly what someone else needs to read today to feel understood. Plus, your insights help me create future videos that address the real concerns keeping you awake at night. Remember, in sharing our vulnerabilities, we find our collective strength. Now let's talk about what makes this nighttime drink so powerful against cancer. The foundation of this protective elixir is a synergistic combination of 5 key ingredients that work together to create what scientists call the cellular shield effect. This isn't just one nutrient working alone. It's the precise combination and timing that makes this so effective, especially for seniors whose cellular repair mechanisms have naturally slowed down. The first powerhouse ingredient in our Cancer Shield drink is turmeric, specifically its active compound curcumin. Now, I know you've probably heard about turmeric before. It seems like every health article mentions it these days. But here's what most people don't understand. For seniors, curcumin works differently than it does in younger adults, and timing its consumption is crucial for maximum benefit. When consumed in the evening, curcumin's anti-inflammatory properties align perfectly with your body's natural healing cycle. During sleep, your cells undergo their most intensive repair processes, and curcumin enhances this dramatically. A groundbreaking study from the Journal of Clinical Oncology showed that seniors who regularly consumed curcumin in the evening hours had 47% lower rates of abnormal cell growth compared to those who consumed it at other times of day or not at all. The mechanism behind this is fascinating. Curcumin activates a cellular pathway called NRF2, which essentially works as your body's internal antioxidant production system. As we age, this system naturally becomes less efficient, making curcumin's boost especially valuable for those over 65. But here's the catch that most people miss. Curcumin alone is poorly absorbed by the human body. That's why our next ingredient is absolutely essential to make this work. Black pepper, specifically its compound piperine, increases curcumin absorption by an astounding 2,000%. Yes, you heard that right, 2,000%. This means that just a tiny pinch of black pepper transforms curcumin from a compound that mostly passes through your system to one that enters your bloodstream and reaches your cells where it's needed most. For seniors, whose digestive absorption is often compromised, this enhancement is particularly crucial. Have you ever taken turmeric supplements but didn't notice any difference? This might be exactly why. The timing and combination matter enormously. In our Cancer Shield drink, we use just 1/8 teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. You'll barely taste it, but your cells will certainly feel the difference. The third critical component is green tea, but not just any green tea. For maximum cancer-fighting potential, we specifically use matcha green tea, which contains approximately 137 times the amount of the anti-cancer compound EGCG compared to regular brewed green tea. EGCG works through multiple mechanisms to protect against cancer. It induces apoptosis, the programmed death of damaged cells that might otherwise become cancerous, inhibits angiogenesis, the formation of blood vessels that feed tumors, and neutralizes free radicals that damage cellular DNA. What's particularly relevant for seniors is that EGCG seems to have a selective effect. It targets abnormal cells while leaving healthy cells alone, which is exactly what we want in a protective agent. A 12-year population study in Japan found that seniors who consumed matcha regularly had a 42% lower incidence of all cancers compared to non-consumers. But timing matters tremendously here as well. Evening consumption of EGCG has been shown to enhance its preventative properties by aligning with your circadian rhythm and sleep-induced repair cycles. Have you noticed how some preventative measures seem to work for some people but not others? Often, the difference isn't what they're consuming, but when they're consuming it. Your body's receptivity to these compounds fluctuates throughout the day, and for seniors, evening appears to be the optimal window for cancer prevention. Our fourth ingredient might surprise you. It's tart cherry juice, which contains exceptionally high levels of melatonin. Now, you might know melatonin as the sleep hormone, but its cancer-fighting properties are less well known, yet incredibly powerful. Melatonin is one of nature's strongest antioxidants, and it works synergistically with your body's own natural melatonin production, which unfortunately declines substantially as we age. By age 70, most people produce less than half the melatonin they did in their youth. This decline correlates strongly with increased cancer risk. Melatonin specifically protects your cellular DNA during the vulnerable replication process that happens millions of times each day in your body. When DNA replication goes awry, cancer can develop. A landmark study from the International Journal of Cancer revealed that seniors with higher nighttime melatonin levels had 75% lower rates of DNA damage when exposed to carcinogens compared to those with low melatonin levels. By consuming tart cherry juice in the evening, you're essentially giving your body a melatonin boost exactly when it can utilize it most effectively. Furthermore, the specific anthocyanins in tart cherries have been shown to inhibit the growth of cancer cells in laboratory studies. The combination of natural melatonin and these unique anthocyanins makes tart cherry juice a critical component of our Cancer Shield protocol. The fifth and final essential ingredient in our nighttime Cancer Shield drink is ginger, specifically its compounds gingerols and shogaols. These powerful compounds have been extensively studied for their anti-cancer properties, with particularly impressive results for gastrointestinal and colorectal cancers, which happen to be among the most common in seniors. Research published in the journal Cancer Prevention Research demonstrated that ginger compounds effectively inhibited colorectal cancer cell growth and induced their self-destruction through a process called apoptosis. What's particularly valuable about ginger for seniors is its dual action. It not only fights potential cancer cells, but also reduces inflammation throughout the digestive tract, which is often a precursor to cancer development. Additionally, ginger enhances circulation, ensuring that all the beneficial compounds from the other ingredients are efficiently delivered to cells throughout your body. Many seniors experience reduced circulation with age, making this property especially valuable. We use fresh ginger in our formula because it contains the highest levels of active compounds. Approximately 1 to 2 inch of fresh ginger root, finely grated, provides the optimal dose. Now that we understand the 5 core ingredients, let's talk about how to prepare this powerful protective elixir properly. Preparation method matters tremendously. Incorrect preparation can reduce the potency of these ingredients by up to 80%. First, you'll need to heat water, but never to boiling. Water at 175 degrees plus 80 degrees C is ideal to preserve the delicate compounds in our ingredients. If you don't have a thermometer, bring water to a boil and then let it cool for approximately 2 minutes before proceeding. In a mug, combine 1–2 teaspoons of high-quality turmeric powder with that pinch of freshly ground black pepper I mentioned earlier. Add 1 teaspoon of matcha green tea powder and the grated ginger. Pour the hot but not boiling water over these ingredients and stir gently for 30 seconds. Finally, add 2 tablespoons of tart cherry juice and stir once more. The entire preparation takes less than 5 minutes, but the potential benefits for your cellular health are immeasurable. The timing of consumption is crucial. This drink should be consumed approximately 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This specific window allows the compounds to enter your bloodstream during the critical early phases of sleep, when cellular repair is most active. Consistency is also key. Occasional use will provide minimal benefit. The protective effects build over time, as these compounds gradually influence gene expression and enhance your body's inherent protective mechanisms. My patients who have seen the most dramatic results are those who have incorporated this drink into their nightly routine for at least 3 months continuously. Now, I want to address some important considerations and potential contraindications. While these ingredients are generally recognized as safe for most people, there are specific situations where caution is warranted. If you're currently undergoing chemotherapy or radiation, please consult with your oncologist before incorporating this drink into your routine. Some of these compounds, particularly curcumin, can interact with certain chemotherapy drugs, sometimes enhancing their effects and other times potentially interfering. Additionally, if you're on blood thinners such as warfarin, you should be aware that both turmeric and ginger have mild blood-thinning properties. While this is generally beneficial for cancer prevention, as it improves circulation, it could potentially amplify the effects of medication. Similarly, if you're taking medications for diabetes, the blood sugar stabilizing effects of several of these ingredients might necessitate adjustments to your medication. As with any significant change to your health routine, a conversation with your healthcare provider is prudent, especially for seniors who are often on multiple medications. It's also worth noting that the quality of ingredients matters tremendously. Unfortunately, many commercial turmeric powders have been found to contain minimal amounts of active curcumin, and some have even been contaminated with lead and other heavy metals. For matcha, many products labeled as matcha are actually just powdered green tea, which contains significantly lower levels of beneficial compounds. I recommend looking for organic, tested sources whenever possible. The difference in potency between high-quality and low-quality ingredients can be the difference between this drink being effective or merely becoming an interesting tasting beverage with minimal health impact. Let me share another real-life example of the potential power of this approach. Frank, a 75-year-old retired construction worker, came to me after being diagnosed with precancerous cells in his prostate. His doctor had recommended the watch and wait approach, but Frank wasn't comfortable with simply waiting for those cells to potentially become cancerous. We implemented this nightly drink along with several other supportive measures. 6 months later, his follow-up biopsy showed no evidence of the precancerous cells. Now, I can't promise that this will be everyone's experience, and I would never suggest that this drink alone can treat existing cancer or precancerous conditions. But as part of a comprehensive prevention strategy, especially for seniors looking to protect their cellular health, the scientific evidence suggests substantial potential benefit. For those wondering about taste, it's unique but pleasant. The slight bitterness of the matcha is balanced by the sweetness of the tart cherry juice, while the turmeric and ginger provide warming notes that are especially comforting in the evening. Many of my patients actually look forward to this nightly ritual, not just for its potential health benefits, but also for the sense of calm it provides before sleep. This brings up another important point. Beyond the direct anti-cancer effects of these ingredients, the stress reduction component of having a consistent soothing evening ritual itself has cancer preventive effects. Chronic stress has been conclusively linked to increased cancer risk, particularly in seniors whose immune surveillance systems are already somewhat compromised by age. The ritual of preparing and mindfully consuming this drink can significantly reduce evening cortisol levels, creating an internal environment that is less hospitable to cancer development. Another aspect that makes this approach particularly valuable for seniors is its gentle yet effective nature. As we age, our bodies often become less tolerant of harsh interventions. Many of my senior patients have told me stories of trying various supplements or medications that their systems simply couldn't tolerate, leading to digestive distress, energy crashes, or other uncomfortable side effects. The beauty of this Cancer Shield drink is that it works with your body's natural processes rather than forcing changes through pharmaceutical intervention. Each ingredient has been used safely for thousands of years in traditional medicine systems worldwide. We're not introducing foreign substances to your body. We're simply providing the optimal nutrients in the optimal combinations at the optimal time for maximum protective effect. I want to address a question that many people have asked me. Can't I just take supplements of these ingredients instead of making a drink? It's an excellent question, and the answer lies in bioavailability and synergy. When these ingredients are consumed as a warm liquid, their absorption is significantly enhanced compared to capsule form. Additionally, the interaction between these compounds begins immediately in the drink itself and continues in your digestive system. Certain beneficial chemical reactions actually occur between these ingredients before they even enter your bloodstream. In capsule form, these interactions may be limited or delayed. Furthermore, the sensory experience of the drink, the aroma, taste, and warmth, triggers physiological responses that enhance absorption and effectiveness. Your body begins preparing to receive these nutrients from the moment you smell the drink, initiating digestive enzyme production and increasing blood flow to your digestive organs. This complex cascade of events simply doesn't happen with a pill or capsule. Let's talk for a moment about what you might experience when incorporating this drink into your routine. Many people notice subtle but meaningful changes within the first few weeks. Better sleep quality is often the first reported benefit, likely due to the melatonin in the tart cherry juice and the stress-reducing effects of L-theanine in the matcha. This improved sleep alone can enhance your body's natural cancer-fighting abilities, as quality sleep is when your immune system performs much of its cancer surveillance work. Within the first month, many patients report improved digestion and reduced joint discomfort. both indications that the anti-inflammatory compounds are working effectively. The more profound cellular protective effects develop more gradually, over 3 to 6 months of consistent use, as gene expression patterns shift toward enhanced protection and repair. If you're wondering whether this approach would benefit you specifically, consider these risk factors that make this protocol particularly relevant for seniors. First, age itself is the #1 risk factor for most cancers, with risk increasing substantially after age 65. This is largely due to accumulated DNA damage, reduced immune surveillance, and changes in hormone levels that occur with aging. Second, chronic inflammation increases dramatically with age and strongly correlates with cancer development. Third, oxidative stress, the damage caused by free radicals, accumulates over a lifetime and accelerates in later years. Each ingredient in our Cancer Shield drink directly addresses these age-specific risk factors. If you have additional risk factors such as family history of cancer, previous exposure to environmental toxins, or past cancer diagnoses, the potential benefits of this approach may be even greater for you. I'd like to circle back to something I mentioned earlier, the timing of consumption. The science of chronobiology, how our body's processes vary throughout the day, is revealing just how crucial timing is for cancer prevention. Your cells have their own internal clocks that regulate when certain processes occur, including DNA repair, immune system activity, and detoxification. For most seniors, these processes are most active during the early phases of nighttime sleep. By consuming our Cancer Shield drink 1-2 hours before bedtime, we're essentially providing your cells with the raw materials they need exactly when they're gearing up to use them most efficiently. It's like delivering building supplies to a construction site, right when the workers are arriving. The timing maximizes productivity and results. I know we've covered a lot of scientific information, so let me summarize the key points about this Cancer Shield drink. It combines 5 evidence-backed ingredients: turmeric with black pepper, matcha green tea, tart cherry juice, and ginger, that work synergistically to protect your cells against cancer development. The evening timing aligns with your body's natural repair cycles for maximum effectiveness. Consistent use is essential, as the benefits build over time. Quality ingredients matter tremendously. And finally, this approach is especially valuable for seniors due to age-related changes that increase cancer risk. I want to thank you for staying with me throughout this video. The information I've shared today is part of my mission to empower seniors with practical science-backed strategies for preventing cancer and maintaining vibrant health well into your golden years. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about who could benefit from this knowledge. Every like and share helps this vital information reach more people who need it. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, I encourage you to do so now and turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos on cancer prevention specifically designed for seniors. Next week, I'll be sharing the 3 most important blood tests that can detect cancer risk years before conventional screenings. Tests that many doctors unfortunately don't routinely order for their senior patients. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. You don't have to accept increased cancer risk as an inevitable part of aging. With the right information and consistent science-backed strategies like the one I've shared today, you can significantly enhance your body's natural defenses against cancer. I believe in your ability to take control of your health destiny, and I'm honored to be part of your journey toward a longer, healthier, cancer-free life. Wishing you vibrant health and the precious gift of many more healthy years with the people you love.